Hey guys, so wow, what a week. So I'm filming this lying on my back. I've had a crazy, crazy week. Yeah, definitely a week from hell. So, um, last week Friday, I had a wonderful conversation with one of my very good friends. And we were chatting and chatting and chatting, and out of that conversation, you know, I was like hugely, hugely blessed. And it was one of those where I was going to do a video about, that thing that we often say to God. Well, I've said to God, I want to experience the exceeding beyond all I can think or imagine of God. One of the things I have said is I want to experience that um, windows of heaven opening kind of thing, either that downpour. So anyway, I did. And guys, it's not what you think, hey? I was stunned. I mean, I am. Most people know me. I am polar opposites. I can be extremely quiet with absolutely nothing to say. And then when I start talking, it's the windows of heaven opening. It's a deluge. So, anyhow, out of that, um, I was so stunned with what God did. And I hope I can one day be able to further expound on what it is that God did. But it was pretty huge. It was pretty huge. And for a good 3 days, I was kind of speechless and numb and didn't know what to do, because suddenly God did this exceedingly thing. And I'm like, what the heck? What does one do? What do I do? What do I do? And that's all I could come out of it. And then as the synapses started firing, then I was like, okay, no, then obviously I need God's wisdom. I need God's wisdom. And started talking to God and what have you. And as the days progressed and I'm walking now in this new blessing, suddenly I got so sick. Oh my word. I got so sick. At some point I thought I was having a heart attack. My heart rate shot through. I thought my heart was going to burst right through my lungs. I mean, my ribs. And even now talking about it, it's giving me a bit of a bad sensation. So called my brother, who was in a very important meeting. Out of his very important meeting, my poor brother, I'm so sorry. And called him out of the meeting. He came, rushed me to the doctor. And wouldn't you know it, unlike as per usual, I have got the means to pay the doctor, and this was very expensive for me anyway. And I ended up on a drip, and I remember the doctor. It was a male doctor, and on the youngish side, I think he was in his late 30s or so. And I remember looking at this poor guy and thinking, I wonder if he's one of those who passed by 30%. In South Africa, the government decreased pass mark for high schoolers to 30%. I mean, basically saying that students only need to know 30% of their work. How mad is that? So anyway, I'm looking at this guy and I'm thinking, this guy, I can see, like, it looks a little bit like he's kind of like trying to either flirt, whatever. I'm like, what the heck? Is it my height? I mean, what is it with these guys that they think that they need not give me? I'm older than them. Anyhow, So I was not feeling very, as you can tell, I was not feeling very confident about this young man's doctoral acumen. Because the doctor I normally go to was not available. She's cut her work hours. So anyhow, so I took he gave me a whole whack of medication. I mean, a whole whack of medication. I've never had so much medication in my life. And then I then go through, have the drip, and I'm lying there, and I hate needles, and I'm semi-hyperventilating because I'm like, oh no, this guy's gonna jab me, and he jabs me, and I'm like, okay, good, I didn't faint. And I'm rambling, I guess, in all of this to say, so I have this horrible week, and 2 days later, I go back and find my regular doctor, and then she says to me, no, everything is fine. My BP is perfect. She actually said this. And so is my sugar. And I'm like, what the heck? So why am I feeling so funny? And then she then says, no, okay, no, you're anemic. I'm like, okay, no, that's normal. I'm like, that's bad. What the heck? And then I realized one of the things that I've been pushing very hard, particularly with the videos that I do, one of the things I've been pushing very hard is the truth of the defeated enemy, and my push against fellow believers with giving too much airtime to the enemy. And in the context of when things go bad, we immediately go in the direction of the enemy, thinking that we are attacking, but actually we are not. We are just giving him airtime. And then I realized that, you know what? I asked God for wisdom, and the attack intensified. And a lot of us would, I think, believers would go into, I guess, binding and casting out and all of that. And I refused to do so. What I did instead is I told myself, without so many words, that I would set my face like flint and keep my eyes strictly on the Lord. And that's what I did. And hence, this supposed attack. When you have badly behaved kids, I'm not talking about a child who is not able to articulate their need and the only way they can do that is through misbehavior. I'm talking about a child who is really badly behaved and knowing that they're badly behaved, but also because they're a child, they try to get your attention and they do it with serious bad behavior. And this is what I felt was happening, because the Bible says we will be so shocked when we see what the enemy looks like, because it's not so big. He's not a dragon, you know? And the more we talk about him and give him a space, the bigger we make of him. And I'm one of the worst mathematicians, if truth be told. But if I look at it in terms of ratio, throughout the Bible, the amount of time that God spent on the enemy is far less than, than he spent on God himself, on the Father, you know? And the amount of time he spent on the positive is bigger than he spent on the negative. That said, what are we doing giving free airtime, which is incredibly expensive? I mean, if any of us have got any kind of idea of the marketing and advertising world, we know how expensive that world is. To get those adverts out, to get them done, the pitching that must go into it, the work, the artistry, it's huge. It's a big field, and incredibly expensive. And here we are giving free airtime. So I'm making this video in defiance. But greater than that, I'm making it to the glory of my Father. You know, the Bible says the sum of the whole law is in this. Hear, O Israel, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind. None of us have ever been able to keep that. It's not within our bandwidth to be able to keep that. So what did Jesus do? What did God do? What did the Father do? What did the Godhead do? They came and they loved us. They lavished love on us. They just, I don't know if you've ever been hit by a water balloon. I mean, that thing, it kind of bounces and explodes, and then you are drenched. And I feel like this is what God's love does for us. You know, it just landed on us and drenched us. And just like being hit by a water balloon and you're having a good time, we don't get mad, you know, we enjoy the fun, we enjoy, and that's what He wants for us. And so, this is not a video of retaliation. And yes, I did say defiance, but it's more out of glorifying my Father's name and saying thank you and being able to say to Him, Jesus, this is what you've done for me. You've given me great health. You've given me mental health. You've given me strength, body and mind. And you call me your beloved. And this is where I am. So yeah, I just wanted to share that and to reiterate that this instrument here and this flapper here, it needs to flap His glory, His worship, His praise, you know. And people say, you know, when God does something good, the devil comes and tries to rush in and tries to steal. Of course he does, but we don't focus on what he's trying to steal, on the stealer. We focus on the one who gave in the first place, who can't be outgiven. You know, we don't focus on the thief. Focus on the originator of all things that are good, all good and perfect gifts. That's what we focus on. So it's like I don't play soccer, but it's like playing soccer and there's person dribbling the ball in front of you or trying to block you, and there's somebody dribbling the ball behind that other person. You don't look at the person in front of you, look at the one behind you. I mean, behind this person dribbling, you know, trying to block you so that you don't see. That's where you go. That's where your focus is. So that you can then grab that ball from that other person instead of this one who's trying to do this. I mean, you know. So yeah, I'm not 100% well now, but I'm 100%. And I'm great, and I'm grateful. And I am thankful that greater is He who is in me than who is in the world. And I'm thankful that by His blood and by His stripes I am healed. And I'm thankful that He is my provider and no other. And also, just one more thing, one more testimony whilst I'm on this. In a sense, I could say that the ill health got a little bit worse because through my blessing I was able to bless others, right? And I did not know that what I blessed them with was on time, and it impacted more than just one person. So yeah, guys, God is great. God is greater than, and I love the way God, when he flexes, the output goes so much further, you know? Keep your eyes on Jesus, okay? Keep your eyes on Jesus. Keep your eyes on Jesus. He is the author, the perfecter, the finisher of our faith. Keep your eyes on Jesus. Awesome. Love you all. Thank you so much for joining me. Until next time, and I'll promise you next time, if I'm lying down again, it won't be because I'm feeling a bit faint. It'll be because it's probably hot. Okay, love you all. Bye.